What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today in this video we are going to go over the install process of the Kings that we put on our 2023 Toyota Sequoia. We are also going to be talking about some specs, which we'll go into in just a little bit, on the wheels, the lift size, and the tires. For those of you guys who are new here, we are located in Denver, Colorado. We do everything from lift kits to bumper installs to alignments and all that good stuff. But let's go over some specs on our 2023 Toyota Sequoia. So in the front here, which we'll talk about in a separate video, this is the new CBI covert bumper that we'll show you guys in a later video. But let's talk about what you guys came to see. So first of all, this is the lift size, which in the front it is a 3-inch lift. So basically how you would measure it is from the center of the hub all the way to the bottom of your fender. A stock Sequoia is about 20 inches or so. Ours is about a 23.25. And then in the rear, we are at a 2-inch lift from stock. So we are at a 24 or so in the back here from the center of the hub to the bottom of the fenders. And walking back a little bit so you guys can kind of see the overall size. Such a big SUV that this lift kit just makes it look huge. There's a little size comparison up there to the tiny 4Runner up there, but let's go over some specs on this. So these are the wedge wheels. This is a Japanese wheel. They are very well known in the import scene. This is the hyper black color, I believe, and the offset that are on these is a 0 offset. And to give you guys a little look of what a 0 offset would look on a Sequoia, it definitely pokes out a little bit right there, and it gives it this very aggressive look, especially with the MTs. Now the MTs, these are the Toyo MT 35 by 12.5 by 18. So you guys will see a little bit later that from factory it does come with 20-inch wheels, but we downsize so that way we can get more meat out of the tires rather than having a thinner wall tire. Now, in order to fit this 35-inch tire, we did have to trim some of the felt liner that is inside of the wheel well here. We also had to cut a little bit of the bottom section here, and then back here we didn't need to do a chop just yet, but you guys can see right there at that bottom corner of this bump, it is rubbing just barely when it's fully locked. So we are not sure if we're going to chop that off yet, just because it's barely rubbing, and it's a pretty smooth part, so it's not going to cause any damage to the actual tire. However, we were able to save some of the felt right here on this part and the rest up here. Now in the rear, there's really nothing you really have to do. The rear is pretty easy. Everything inside the wheel well is factory, down to the mud flaps that are in the back. There's nothing you guys have to do to fit these 35s in the rear. However, if you guys want to go 37s on the tires, you guys will have to do a chop, which basically will get rid of that bump right there and then trim a little more of this plastic area here. And then in the front, there is a metal bracket that is behind this liner here. You guys will basically have to push that back and bend it back so that way you guys can retain your factory felt liner and pretty much everything. And then lastly, right in this section here, you guys will have to trim some of this bottom section just to clear the 37s. Today is the day we finally get to put our King suspension, the wheels and the tires on the new Sequoia that we've had for some time now. We've been waiting so long for the Kings to come, but they're finally here today. So we're going to get the Sequoia in here in just a little bit. And in the meantime, we are putting the wheels on the tires. So let's go take a look at those. So these are the wheels that we're going to be installing on the Sequoia. Of course, we went with Toyo MTs as always. These are 35-inch MTs right there. And what we have for wheels are weds. These are JDM wheels in a 0 offset in this really cool color. I don't remember what the color is called, but it's pretty sleek. So Twan's got nose going on the wheels over there, and we're gonna get these guys installed. I'm gonna swap over the TPMS in just a little bit when the Sequoia comes in, and then we'll get the King installed. All right, we got the Sequoia pulled in here. We're about to get it on the rack and get this thing up in the air, but I wanted to show you guys one last look of the Sequoia bone stock before this thing gets lifted. So we got the wheels and tires pulled off of the Sequoia, looking like a spaceship over there. And then we have the factory wheels and tires over here, next to the new wheels and tires. Here's a little size comparison. These ones are a 20-inch wheel. This is an 18-inch wheel, so a 2-inch difference there. This is a 265/60 by 20, which is about a 32.5-inch tire. This one is a 35 by 12.5 by 18. So obviously a 35-inch tire. So there's a 3.5-inch difference between this tire size and this one, but there is a 2-inch difference between the rims. So we'll see how it actually sits when we get on the ground. But what we're gonna do now, we let all the air out of the valve stems. So we're gonna break this bead down. We're gonna take this TPMS out of all the wheels and transfer them to the new wheels. All right, we got the wheels and tires on. So good. If you got the center cap installed as well. And here are the Kings that we were waiting for so long. And of course we had to get the version with the adjusters. That way we can control how soft and stiff the right quality is. And then underneath here, we have, where is it? There it is, the Dobinsons coil. So we decided to go with the teal color just because it's somewhat close to the King blue. Not exact, but pretty close. We could have gone with black or red as well, but we figured, you know, a little pop in the back doesn't hurt too much. But you really can't see it anyways when you're up here, even here. So we got that, and then the front is on as well. So here is the parts right here. The reservoir tucks all the way under this liner that's back here. So now we're ready to see what it looks like on the ground. All right, guys, so we have the Sequoia all buttoned up. We have finished it. We got it aligned this morning and it looks amazing. So let's show you guys what it looks like. So this is the final result here. It looks so beefy with these MT tires and these wheels. We have it parked next to a customer's Sequoia, and this one is a limited. Ours is a platinum. They both had 20-inch wheels on them. So this is kind of where ours sat before the lift, wheels and tires. So I'll give you guys a front view here. So based off of the mirrors, you guys can see how taller or how much taller it is. But there's that. We do have the Pro Grill installed with a couple lights that we have mounted in the Pro Grill. And this is kind of how it looks. I'm pretty stoked on how it turned out. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you guys are in Denver, be sure to stop by our shop, check us out. And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel already, please do so, and we'll see you guys in a later video. Peace.